morning, humanity. It is December 26, 2022, and it's the favorite time of our week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hi, everybody. My name's Paul.
Oh, good morning. Happy holidays, everybody. This is Bev.
Yes, happy holidays. Hanukkah is over. Christmas has passed.
So,
We're all getting ready for the big blowout in another 6 days or 6 days, I guess,
yeah.
for New Year's Eve. 2023 is on its way. Whew,
Wow.
I'm exhausted just thinking about it. So
I know. And this is the last show of 2022 for us.
that is,
Getting ready for a new year.
and we will have a very special show next week about all of our great visions for the future coming up. But today we wanted to share a gift that we
Yes.
received for the holidays from our dear, dear friend, songwriter, producer, certified practitioner, mystic as he calls himself nowadays, as he moves into his elder years and has nothing else to
Right.
do besides be a mystic.
There you go.
Yeah, wrote another song for BioTouch.
You
And
did.
it's very simple. It's just a 2.5 minute little jingle here in the old country western tunes to
Style.
it. And we're going to play it and then we're going to go over it because it, as usual, simple words but really deep. So here we go. We're going to play it and then talk about it. If you have any ideas as you're listening to it, just type it in the comments. So here we go.
Yeah.
Days in and days out, space and time is all about feeling pressure with the pain, in sunshine or in the rain. Living is a place in mind, giving is being kind, and the pain is too much. What we need is BioTouch. When I'm touching you, you are touching me. It's a simple thing to do and a natural way to be. I know this to be true. It happens to me and you. In the middle of the day, energy just fades away. Down the line we realize we can re-energize, feeling better in the end with attention from a friend. When I'm touching you, you are touching me. It's a simple thing to do and a natural way to be. We both will benefit from BioTouch for sure. And if we never ever quit, we could even find a cure. When I'm touching you, you are touching me. It's a simple thing to do and a natural way to be. It's a simple thing to do when I'm touching you.
And there you have it. Thank you, Horace. We'll play it at the end of the show too, because as usual, it's loaded. Let's start with some of it. The whole beauty of it is the whole idea of it's simple. You know, it's
Yeah.
simple and it's a natural thing to do.
It's
You
a
know,
natural.
yeah, natural. It's within us. And yeah, just
Yeah.
thinking of that word when you teach children how to do it, they just automatically go to it.
I know, it's true. And from that, I've always said, well, BioTouch, even we may be in adult bodies, but there's a child within each of us, a divine child within each of us. And BioTouch affect us on those levels. So we need to be as a child.
Right.
And that's what BioTouch lets us all do, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It does, and so it's also nice to. So the first thing he talks about that I really like is how pain is in this time space. That when we're stuck in time and space, that's where we feel our pain. And interesting thing, everybody in the planet has pain and is suffering, and that is part
Right.
of
That's
our
part of
journey
being
here.
here.
Yeah, part
Yeah.
of our journey, and I found that
Right.
all over the world. Everybody
Right.
is suffering, and everybody's looking for just a little bit of relief. And BioTouch breaks that for a moment, doesn't it?
It really does. That time and space, right in the center of that is that point of peace. And we can achieve that when we are quiet, when we are present with another human being, and in that moment of giving and receiving happens, and then healing takes place. That's really what happens when we are at that point of peace. Healing can take place. That's what BioTouch is offering all of us.
Yeah, it's like I'm speechless with it. It's that 30 seconds of just doing that greeting that
Yeah.
that puts us in relationship that we've always said is about the application of love,
Right.
which is not about time and space. This love that we're talking about is not a definition. It's not. Uh, it's beyond the mind. It's beyond what we can think about. It's probably the purest kind of relationship. And Gary Schwartz talked about it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a deep love for
It's
another
a
human
right.
being and for the planet itself. So,
Oh, well, yeah, it goes way beyond a feeling. We're still in that at that point where we're having to define what love is. And love is just being what, and none of us know what that means. We can say the words, and maybe the seed has been planted, but we're certainly not privy to what that highest state of being really is. But at least we're starting to speak the language. It's about being connected, being one. A lot of people are starting to talk that way, and that's really uplifting. And I really believe that BioTouch came back in the 70s, a very pivotal time in our history. And it came back because it was time for us to embrace what is happening now and why it's happening now. And it's to bring us back together. I mean, it goes way beyond, we always say it starts with the body, and
right.
then all this other stuff starts to unfold, and it brings us eventually into that point of self-awareness. And that's when healing can take
That's
place.
when it takes place, right?
Yeah.
And part of his song, just in what you were talking about, he talks about BioTouch benefits both. It benefits us
Right.
both. It's
It's
not
a
just,
healing ship.
yeah,
Healing.
it's that healing relationship where, and we've seen that and we talked about it over and over, that we as practitioners or associates, when we touch that recipient or a friend or a loved one, it's the cycle. And we even talk about that cycle that shall go on indefinitely is the chain, and
Right.
in simple words, and so we really do these shows. And interesting, we had someone write a blog, a marketing agency write a blog about our shows,
I
that the
know.
consistency of what we're doing is they use as an example of how people could do video podcast things, because we're
Right.
consistently trying to remind everyone, to remind us all to just use BioTouch. It can be a spontaneous action. It doesn't even have to be, oh, sit down and we need to take off your shirt and you have to have a special table and a special room, and you don't need the tingling cymbals and the incense burning. You can do it in front
Right.
of the TV set. You can do it
Yep.
before breakfast, after dinner, before you're going to bed, right when you get up, and just spontaneously take those two fingers, and reach out, and just the greeting.
Yeah.
If we just did that on a daily basis,
Wow.
it would transform humanity. Really?
I really believe that. I really do believe that. You know, it's just, and in the song, all of that is what Horace is saying. It's just the way we are. It's who we are. Just reaching out and touching each other is part of that innateness, that love that's already within us.
Yeah, his words.
That's
It's
kind of
the
like an extension going out from that place within us, this heart that we all are, and it reaches out from that point, and we get to exchange that with each other.
well, and it's interesting because, and we've talked about this before. All these beings, so called, whether it was Jesus himself or the Buddha or Maitreya, and there's always these pictures, and they always have
The
these
angels,
fingers.
the
Yes, the
angels.
angels, and they've always
Yes,
got these two fingers, and there's
I know.
always a symbol of light or
Right.
sparks or fireworks coming out of those fingers. So they're
Absolutely.
this is not something new.
No,
This
no.
is this has not just been created in the 70s. As we say, we think Norman just sort of
Came back.
reawakened, right?
Right.
The
Right.
technique that it probably as old as humanity is on the planet, you know,
I
and
mean, why not, right?
right,
It's obviously been around a long time, but like so many things, it gets buried. If when from ancient times, we've been in a process of buying into certain paradigms, and I will say this, you and I continuously repeat the same things for one reason, because BioTouch is here to help reprogram an old thought form about who we are and what we're doing here. It's not about us being separated. BioTouch is everything but being separated. It's about our oneness, and what we are here to do is to love each other, and it gives us an opportunity to do that, and in that love is when we heal. And so we reiterate the same principles here, the same thinking about why BioTouch is here for that reason. It's just to rethink ourselves
right,
or reimagine ourselves, I'll say, that we are something greater than our pain and our suffering and the darkness and ways of doing business that have been going on for a long time. So BioTouch is part of the process that is happening on many levels. And it's one of the ways that is here now to help us move into a new paradigm.
yes.
I
So,
really believe that. It is part of the process.
yeah, well, I think we do believe that, which is why, over 5 years now, we've been constantly sharing it. We encourage you to share it with other people. You don't have to be some certified practitioner. You don't have to take years of training. You can download those first 10 pages, which has the greeting in it. And just by doing the greeting, again, taking the index and middle finger of your dominant hand, you can do it right now. Even think of touching somebody if you don't have somebody next to you, and touch them just below the breastbone in that soft tissue area lightly for 6 to 8 seconds. And then take the same dominant hand and feel that big bone at the base of your neck. Go to the left of that about an inch to an inch and a half and touch that for 6 to 8 seconds. That's 6 to 8 seconds. So 8 seconds. That's so 15 seconds for
16
me to
seconds.
touch you, and
Right.
15 seconds for you to touch me. You know,
Yep.
when I'm touching you and you are touching me, it's a simple thing to do and a natural way to be.
Need to
It's
be.
time for us to be natural, to bypass the
Yeah.
mind, to bypass this time and space of pain and suffering.
Yeah.
We got it. You don't have to get rid of all your negative, so-called negative thought. I'm not really sure
Right.
anything's negative because,
Right.
you
I
don't have to
agree.
get rid of any thoughts.
No.
Just go into a healing session just by doing that touching, and all the other stuff just goes away on its own. I don't have to do something. That's the
Right.
great illusion, is I have to do something
I
in order to
know.
become enlightened or to be a good person or to be an angel. We already are, you were talking about that earlier. We already are that love.
We
We already are an
already are
angel.
that.
Right. You
Right.
know,
It's just covered up by a bunch of
by a
stuff.
bunch of stuff. I'm losing
And
a lot of
BioTouch
my
starts
covering, so
BioTouch starts to peel those layers away. And that's what we call self-awareness. It is a natural way to be.
Yes.
As the song says, the natural way to be is who we already are. We are already these angels.
So, folks, there's nothing more natural than BioTouch. And we told you the simple way to learn it. We also have classes in it. You know, our next workshop, these workshops are becoming really nice too.
They are.
Our next workshop is going to be on the lymphatic health with
Hillary
Gooden, or
Yeah.
Gooden, I don't know how you pronounce it. And that will be the 26th, 6 p.m. Arizona time. Of course, we always send it out in an email. If you're not on our email list, just give us your name and we'll send you all this stuff, you know, where you can learn it and practice it at home. Our next virtual training, where we teach you the whole system, we give you membership, we give you the ebook version of the training manual. That's going to be Tuesday at 9 a.m. That's our virtual training. So we have numerous ways to learn it. Besides this program, going online, there's numerous places to click on that will take you to how to do BioTouch. And then if you still have questions, send us an email. We respond within 24 hours. Somebody in the organization will respond to you. So, you know, we can't tell you enough as we close out 2022 and move into 2023. Let's all come together here. Let's all practice that simple thing to do, which is natural. It's part of who we are.
It is.
It's so refreshing.
I know.
Yes. So we're going to end the same way we started, with Horace's song. We want to thank Horace. It's also posted on our website. Yes. Yep. And if you would like to get a copy of it, we can send it out. We'll have a way for you to download it also onto your website. Maybe we'll do a little fundraising tool. Also, for those people who are making their year-end donations, whether it's to us or any other service organization, and you're thinking about doing your donations, please reach out and support all these groups that are trying to help humanity through their suffering. If you happen to donate to the foundation, you can get an Arizona tax credit, and that's really a boon for those of us who live here in Texas. So,
You bet.
So Bev, I will see you next year.
Next year.
And
have a great year, everyone.
Have a great year. And at the end of this week, have the greatest last 6 days you can of 2022. Be joyous, be happy. We love you all. Take care.
Be loved. Bye, everyone.
Days in and days out, space and time is all about feeling pressure with the pain, in sunshine or in the rain. Living is a place in mind, giving is being kind, and the pain is too much. What we need is BioTouch. When I'm touching you, you are touching me. It's a simple thing to do, and a natural way to be. I know this to be true. It happens to me and you. In the middle of the day, energy just fades away. Down the line we realize we can re-energize, feeling better in the end, with attention from a friend. When I'm touching you, you are touching me. It's a simple thing to do, and a natural way to be. We both will benefit from BioTouch for sure. And if we never ever quit, we could even find a cure. When I'm touching you, you are touching me. It's a simple thing to do and a natural way to be. It's a simple thing to do when I'm touching you.